We are in Module 5, Enterprise Business System. Part 3, that means Supply Chain Management, is a part of Enterprise Business System. So we know in our Chapter 5, Enterprise Business System, we have 3 topics: Customer Relationship Management, CRM, Enterprise Resource Planning, ERP, and Supply Chain Management, SCM. So now we are going for discuss Supply Chain Management. If we discuss this supply chain management, then we will cover all syllabus of this paper. So now supply chain management, starting an e-business tax idea, capital, and technical practical understanding will be understand after reading that. Operating one, however, that supply chain management skill, a successful supply chain management strategy is based on the accurate order processing, just-in-time inventory management, and timely order fulfillment. And supply chain management increase important influence, that means how the tool was used, theoretically processed, and technically also. So supply chain management, the business network, if we see, so the business network here, the supply chain management is a cross-functional, also an integrated system that integrated and automated the network of business process and relationship between the companies, its supplier, customers, distribution, and through the distribution channel and other business partner. So supply chain management, that in the goal of supply chain management is to help a company achieve the responsiveness or supporting the production, supporting the distribution, supporting the marketing. Supply chain management is frequently, that means the subdivided into supply chain planning application, such as demand and supply forecast, look here, and supply chain execution application, such as inventory management, logistic management, and warehouse management, all within the supply chain management. But that means raw material, purchase to keeping the store, and issue to the production, as managing it through the finished goods, keeping there, and also sell within the distribution channel, all within the integrated. That means logistic management also, that means warehouse management also, all within the supply chain management. So here, a lot of thing is integrated with the supply chain, purchase or procurement, distribution, production, and also execution, all application within that chain. And developing effective supply chain system and achieving a business goal, supply chain management have proven a complex and difficult challenges of many companies. And supply chain management system continue to be major concern to the top e-business initiative as the companies increase their use of internet technology, that is internet web-based technology, to enhance integration, collaboration with their business partner, and improve their operational efficiency and business effectiveness of their supply chain. So legacy supply chain are closed and unnecessary steps. That means key supply chain management concept here. Look here. So is the raw material, component, manufacturer, retailer, consumer, all within the supply chain management system. And a strategic supply chain management consists of developing a smarter way, choose, buy from, and sell of your business partner. Each interface in the supply chain represent the movement of goods, information flow, transfer of title, that means one stage to another, purchase and sell, all within the supply chain management concept. Supply chain management software and internet technology can help companies re-engineering integrated functional supply chain management process that support the supply chain life cycle. So supply chain life cycle is that commit, schedule, make, and delivery. So this supply chain management functional process doing this way is strategic sourcing and procurement, how to procurement the material for the production, and forecast and demand planning with align with it, and customer order fulfillment service through distribution channel and distribution network and warehouse operation through effectively, and production logistic, transportation and shipment management properly. It is the supply chain management functional process. And supply chain management integrated solution is that the internet. Here, share market data, collaborate fulfillment, share market data to supplier, manufacturer, retailer, and customer or consumer. Here, all are integrated within a server, within a system. So it is the supply chain management integrated solution is here. So the business process in the supply chain life cycle and the functional supply chain process support the business properly, effectively, and many companies today are re-engineering their supply chain process aided in internet technology and supply chain management software. And we can say that example, the demands of today's competitive business environment are pushing manufacturers to use their internet, extranet, e-commerce, web portal to help them re-engineering their relationship with their suppliers, distributors, and retailer. And this way, the company's value can be added or value addition can be increased through this way. And the objective of the significant reduce cost, increase efficiency, and improve their supply chain cycle time. That means less time consumed. That means lead time they can be make little. The supply chain management software can also help to improve interpersonal, that means communicational among the supply chain process player or a stakeholder, and also the result of such effective distribution network among business partner. The web initiate PC connected, it is the one kind of development also we are using through the internet, and electronic data interchange, EDI. Electronic data interchange was one of the earliest use of information technology for supply chain management. Is the previous one, beginning of supply chain management. Now the EDI involved the electronic exchange of business transaction, document over the internet and other network between supply chain trading partner, organization and their customers and supplier. And data represent the variety of business transaction and document, invoice, order, etc. all processed within the system and that automatically exchange between computer user, standard document, message format to the stakeholder. And EDI software is used to convert company's own document format into a standard EDI format. And EDI also example of the almost complete automated e-commerce supply chain process. So sometimes it is the growing of business to business e-commerce application and EDI over the internet using secured virtual private network. And this way, business to business e-commerce application is growing. If we see a typical example of electronic data interchange activity, and important from the business to business electronic commerce, that means e-commerce, EDI over the internet is a major B2B e-commerce application. So here, look here, left side purchaser, right side supplier. So here, purchaser who want to purchase requisite to quotation, purchase order, give the purchase order change, receive notice, payment activity, all within the supply chain management software. And this order go to the supplier, and the supplier also responds to the purchaser, and then supplier procure from other side or arrange it, and response to the request quotation and shipping notice and invoice and give to the purchaser. And this purchaser payment authorization to their purchasing bank and payment remit note to the purchaser. And this purchaser bank, just like LC related, this purchaser bank communicate with the supplier bank, and supplier bank disburse the amount from the purchaser bank, and purchaser bank taking the amount and notify to the supplier. So this way, the remittance notice, electronic transfer, fund transfer, in this way, at one of electronic data processing or fund transfer processing here, that also electronic commerce is doing within supply chain management. Role of supply chain management in business. The top 3 levels show the strategic topic at where 3 level here. So this is the level and they're discussing here. The top 3 levels show the strategic, tactical, and operational objective of the outcome of supply chain management planning, which are then accomplished by the business partners, and supply chain is the execution level of supply chain management. The role of information technology in supply chain management is to support the objective with enterprise information system that produce many of the outcome of business need and manage the supply chain efficiency. And many companies today are installing supply chain management software and develop web-based supply chain management information system. And if we see here, there are supply chain management objective. What is objective? What establish objective, policy, and operational, and this is the strategic level. If you see the organizational structure here, the execution is that means the low line management, or that means first line management that they are executing, and operational middle side, and tactical who are the middle management, and here is the top management strategic. So the strategic management, implementing that, what would be the outcome? Objective, why this supply chain management implemented, and supply policies, service level, network design within the strategy, and through the tactical, how much develop research to match supply and demand. These outcomes should be demand forecast, production, procurement, logistic plan, and inventory target and management. And operational side, when, where, that is schedule, monitoring, control, and adjust production within this level, operational level. And these outcomes is that work center rescheduling, order, in inventory tracking, etc. is outcome of that level. And the execution level, to build and transport, that is here, order cycle and material in movement is outcome of supply chain management is execution level. So we can say that until recently supply chain management software product have typically been developed for their supply chain planning execution application. This planning software from vendor such as I2, and there are different types of software is at this moment in market. So here, and big ERP vendor also Oracle and SAP, they are also have the supply chain software. So example include the Oracle e-business suite, SAP, etc. is the supply chain software. So a good idea of the measure planning and execution function and outcome of that provides supply chain management software. So here in this figure, here show a good idea measure planning. Here is SAP. Supply chain management function, supply chain design is the planning stage, and the execution stage, then execution stage. In the planning stage, supply chain design, here optimize network of supplier, plants, and distribution center. And collaborative demand and supply planning, that means its outcome is that develop an accurate forecast of customer demand and sharing demand and supply forecast. It means across multiple tier. An internet-enabled collaboration scenario is using here. An execution layer, material management, collaboration manufacturing, collaborative fulfillment, and supply chain event management, supply chain performance management. Also within this performance management, outcome is that report key measurement in the supply chain, such as fulfill rates, order cycle times, and capacity utilization. That report goes to the top management, and top management decide how the policy, it would be policy change or not, or continue the present policy also. So this is and we can say the benefit and challenges of supply chain management. Lot of benefit and lot of challenge also. Creating a real-time supply chain management manufacturer is a during an ongoing issue, continuous implementing, and the chief reason that the planning, selection, and implementing of supply chain management solution are becoming more complex and pace of technological change. Every day, technology are changing. Today's software, tomorrow can be obsolete. So that type of everyday, all are changing. So that's why it's also is a challenge for developing the supply chain software and supply chain management within the organization. And developing effective supply chain management system has proven to be complex and difficult application of information technology to business operations. So achieving the business value and customer value goals and objective of supply chain management has been a major challenge for most company nowadays. So if you see here, achieving the goal and objective of the supply chain management is a major challenge for many companies because business value goal, rapid demand fulfillment, that means collaboration supply chain planning and execution that goes to customer value goal. That means that integrated collaboration with the different business and effective distribution channel. The distribution channel is also changing. Also market share is taking another company. So responsiveness and accountability to the customers, that gives to the customers value goal, give customers what they want and when they want, how they want, and at the lowest cost, good price. So it is the challenge also. What are the causes of problems supply chain management? It's a question. What are the causes of problems in supply chain management? Also, we can say that why supply chain management implementation fail, or why supply chain management cannot implement. That type of question, the same answer is that a lack of proper demand planning knowledge, tools, and guidelines for the major source of supply chain management failure. The inappropriate production, inventory, and no planning, lack of control, lack of knowledge, lack of training, etc. is the main cause of implementing a good supply chain management. And many companies that are installing supply chain management system consider even the supply chain management software tools themselves to be immature, incomplete, and hard of the implement. That's why supply chain management sometimes can be difficult or cannot be implemented, or failure of the supply chain management system, implementing the supply chain management system. Drains of supply chain management system. The supplier facing application arena will see the continuous growth of public as well as private networks that transform linear and inflexible supply chain into non-linear and dynamic fulfillment network. Supplier facing application will also evaluate almost another dimension, from automation and integration to supply chain to collaboration, sourcing, also outsourcing, planning, and design across their supply chain network. The drain in the use of supply chain management today as the three possible stages. That is, stages are this one. Stage in the use of supply chain management. Stage 1, current supply chain improvement. supply chain, e-commerce loosely coupled. Okay, so information sharing, product or sale data, sourcing help, logistic, order fulfillment is the stage 1. And within this stage, first stage, a company contract to making improvement of their internal supply chain process and its external process and relationship with the suppliers and customers. Its e-commerce website and those of some as the trading partner provide access to the online catalog and useful supply chain information as they support limited online transaction. And stage 2 is the order management, inventory management, resource allocation, system use and integration. So supply chain management is stage 2, intranet, extranet, linked with trading pattern and suppliers network sense. So here in this stage 2, a company accomplish sub-essential supply chain management application by using selected supply chain management system program internally as well as externally via internet and extranet, link among supplier, distributor, customers, and other trading partner or a stakeholder. And companies in this stage also connected through the supply chain management software, although server also. So here, stage 3, collaboration, marketing, sales and service, and supply chain management optimization, collaborative design and development, and collaborative planning and fulfillment, external exchange-based collaboration. And the third stage, a company begins to develop and implement cutting-edge collaboration supply chain management application using the advanced supply chain management software. Full service external link and private and public e-commerce exchange, and companies in this third stage strive to optimize their development and managing the cost also and management of their supply chain in order to meet their strategic customer value and business value goals. So all with align with the business goal and business activity, because now is come for e-supply chain management. That is electronic supply chain management is nothing else, all with the integrated and value chain with the helping the value chain and helping the new generation, also the artificial intelligence, also doing this e-supply chain management at this moment. So this is the supply chain management. The motive of supply chain management is that organization production cannot be hampered through the scarcity of material or raw material, because we know for the production and also supply chain management is very much need or important for the manufacturing oriented organization. So this is happening because require the raw material for the production, also require the distribution channel for the selling. So that type of things can be real time, can be done through supply chain management software, and also can be take the data from the supply chain server, and it is the supply chain management. So we discussed the business network in the supply chain, and we seen the supply chain concept. Here the supply chain management software in the how we use the process, and also the electronic data integration with the supply chain. And also we have seen here typical example, and also the role of activities supply chain management in business, the role of supply chain management. And here the 3 or 4 stages, and also we have seen the benefit and challenges of supply chain management, and we see in the train of supply chain management here the stage of supply chain management. And so I think this all for today.